What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of a Whole Step Ahead podcast, where we look at the whole picture in childcare while keeping you a step ahead. My name is Alicia.
And I'm Monique.
And today is our podcast that's going to be about literacy, reading literacy, Read Across America. It's March, Read Across America. Woo, woo. Are you reading to your kids?
We're doing language and literacy. Like she said, Read Across America is in March. It's Dr. Seuss's birthday, but we just like to read. So it's actually March 2nd. There's a day.
Yeah, but it's March the 2nd.
Yeah, the official day is March the 2nd, but the it's like a week-long thing. I know one year, not last year, the year before, I had got everybody... I had put it on Facebook to get people to read a book and send it.
And I did it too.
Send us them reading a book, and we showed it to our kids. So even if you're at home, you could have grandparents and aunties and uncles read a book and send it to you, email, whatever, and then your child can sit and hear a relative read. I think that's actually a pretty cool idea.
We might do that.
I know. I might do it again. Yeah. Well, it's too late because it's like...
They read the whole month. Reading Across America Day is
on
March the 2nd.
Maybe I'll get the parents to do that again.
They'll do it.
Okay, so we are going to talk about why language and literacy is important in your child's development, starting early on.
Inside the womb.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And then we'll just give you guys some activities and some shows and, just things to kind of help with that development in your child. So... why is it important? First of all, because it helps talk. Like it helps your child talk. Basically, language is important. We use it all the time. Language is not just talking, it's reading, it's communicating, it's everything you basically encompass it. You do it every day.
Communicating, like definitely all types of communication is language. So even if it's body language or sign language, verbal words and things like nonverbal, yeah, all of that is the way your child communicates is part of language and literacy as well.
And literacy is more like the reading and sight words and all that stuff,
right? Which
we think reading starts school age, basically like kindergarten and stuff, but it actually starts, like you said, it can start in the womb, it can start at infancy, and it's still like, even as adults, we're still learning language and literacy.
It's never ever too late to start your language and literacy learning for your child. You're little.
Yes. Really. So Alicia's going to go over the different stages.
We got infants. It's coming up with, let's start with the womb. So the minute you find out that you're going to be a parent, it's good to start reading to your baby's, to your belly. You can, I know some people put headphones on their stomach so they can hear the mother's voice or music. All those things helps that brain development and that engagement. Then the children can really recognize what's going on. Your voice, which is really helpful in their development as infants. Reading to your child, singing to your baby, all of that is helping their brain development, helping them understand what's going on around them. Even if you're in the middle of you changing your diaper, you can definitely talk, saying, "Look at me, I'm changing your diaper. I'm going to take this tap off, and I'm going to take it. Look at me, I'm wiping your bottom." Just saying different things, going at like as you go, helps with the development of language for your child, your baby. Moving to from infancy to toddler age, also keeping up with the reading every day, keeping up with the talking to them every day. Toddlers usually are going into that stage where they want to be able to express themselves and say how they feel. I'm so mad, or you're a toddler saying all kind of things, and a lot of people say terrible twos or three-nagers and things, little comments like that, because you get a little sassy. They'll be able to
they're trying to express
their feelings a little bit more, from leaving crying to actually using words to talk and stuff like that. So,
and even with toddlers, you should they're learning words, so their vocabulary is not as big. And so even when a toddler says a word wrong, it's called parroting, where you say it correctly back to them, and then you have them say it correctly, and that just teaches them how to pronounce words. My son did speech therapy, and she did a lot with his tongue and how his tongue should be. And you never notice, like when you pronounce words and stuff, that your tongue does a lot of the sound.
Yeah, the sound.
Like
yeah.
with D and stuff, she was like, put his tongue here, move it here. And, you know, I'm doing it or telling him, like, put your tongue in the back, move it forward. And I'm like, I didn't really notice.
Yeah.
You know, and my mom, I don't know if this is like, I don't know if this is even like, if it helps. Right. But when we was younger, my mom would take her hand and put, like if it was a toddler or somebody, she would take their hand and put it on her mouth and she would talk. And I
so she could feel
it's like they're trying to feel it.
Yeah. But I did that with my son.
You did?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I guess it is something. I don't know. I just remember her doing it.
So they could feel how it's supposed to move. I have a 3-year-old that's actually going on 4 at the center who does not pronounce B's. Very intelligent child, is borderline, like almost reading, but can't pronounce B's. All their B's are DR. So when they say, I want to go to the bathroom, they say, I want to go to the draft room. So and it's DR is much more difficult than B.
But he can't pronounce it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, but everything is DR for the letter B. Anything they say that starts with letter B is always like a DR. Yeah. And we really constantly have to I always just repeat bathroom, and they'll go drathroom,
Because where your tongue back. So your tongue is at the bottom.
At the bottom.
So he puts it at
tongue
the top.
Up to the top. Yep. So
when y'all gotta start noticing when y'all tongue goes.
Yeah. So when your toddlers are saying things like you said, repeating after them. And also I want to say, going back to infants, repeating their babbles. So like that also helps. So when your child is trying to develop language, their baby, they're just like blah, 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 and you just repeat blah, 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 to them. That also helps their engagement in their language development. But also moving up to preschool age, reading every day, getting them, introducing letters. You can even do this at toddler as well. But introducing letters letter recognition, or this is an A, this is a B. You don't have to sit and teach them every single letter. Just when you see a letter, say, hey, that's an A. So they can get in the habit of noticing letters where they are. And the same way with numbers as well, but this is literacy. So noticing letters and noticing words. What does that say? Reading it to them. Signs outside. STOP, stop. You see stop signs every day. So those are types of things that you want to do to help engage your child, get them excited about reading. Read every night. Read every time you get a chance.
You're supposed to do 20 minutes a day of reading to your child. I used to have it where we did more than 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I was trying to get a mental break from my kids when I was in school and stuff. So I would set the clock for, I think, 30 minutes. And we all had to come down and read. Of course, they read their books. I was doing homework, but for 30 minutes. And then as they got older, I increased it to an hour and stuff. I might need to implement that again.
Yeah.
I feel like they don't be doing stuff. But that was just something we did, and then some nights I'll have one of them read, okay, Mariah, you read today, or Nehemiah reads today. So it was just something we did, and it helped with their literacy. It helps with their reading. It helps with their language, because, those are reading is where you get your words from. You learn new words.
Yeah.
And when your child hears a word, they learn, especially if your child is in that mocking stage, because Tayson's in the mocking stage. And so give them good words to say, and not those
other words.
You'll say a whole lot of words, and they choose that one word.
Right? They're like,
to repeat.
That's my favorite word to say, because I get a reaction out of this word. That's what they like.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I was gonna say Tyler, we playing games as well, I Spy, or different things in using words in those games. Definitely gets them excited. Or sight words at preschool age, you start, a sight word here and there. But I do also want to say, I saw something of, I think it was a speech therapist or maybe a literacy specialist or something like that. I was watching something on, I was watching something. Anyway, she was saying that the best way to get your child to start early learning or early reading is to introduce the letter sounds before you introduce the actual name of the letter. So instead of telling them this is an R, you tell them this is R. Or if you say this, instead of saying this is I, you say this is it. So that helps them be able to put words together better sooner than they would. And I kind of implemented that a little bit with my children. My oldest son was reading by 3. He was reading fluently at 3 years old. I have videos of him because he started talking at like 8 months. My second son, my youngest baby, 2 years old, he was like, I'll talk to you. And he was talking early, not as early as my oldest. He was talking early, but he didn't start off, my youngest son, he didn't start off with like 2 words, I love you, I see you, or hello, bye. He just didn't say nothing. And then one day he was like, can I have some fruit cups, please?
Full sentences.
Full sentences, right? So like it was like out of nowhere. And because I thought for a minute, I was like, this boy, he's not really saying no words. But then he starts saying sentences at 18 months. I was like, oh, okay. There it is. There
That's
it is.
like Tayson didn't. Tayson went from talking and then he kind of just stopped.
Yeah.
Because Tays talked early because he's the youngest. My oldest is 19. Then we got 16 and 13, and then there's a 3-year-old. So we talked, and then all of a sudden he just stopped, and it was pointing, and so I was kind of like, what's going on with him? So I had put him in speech therapy too, because I just was like, you should be talking. Like, you're not giving me full sentences. You went from being able to say stuff to now you're not. But it was just because, truthfully, when he started walking and stuff, he was able to get things on his own. So he didn't have to ask, he didn't have to talk, he didn't have to tell us. And we weren't like, saying it back, because he just go get a cup, do whatever he needs to do.
Right.
So that kind of hindered the language, because most kids have to ask. And if you asking, you're talking to them, or they have to, we talking back to them. So it kind of just hindered that he was so self-efficient.
That's what it was.
And so,
instead of him saying cup, please, he just go get it.
He just go get it. So we had to start, he was still able to get it, but we would just, be like, oh, you got your cup here, say cup. You want milk, say milk. So now, after speech therapy and stuff, and, that boy he talks so much.
Okay.
He talks so much, but he's always like books and stuff, so we did the reading and things, and now I don't teach him to read, because my daycare kids are kind of already like advanced, and I didn't want them to be too advanced, because I don't want them to go to preschool and get bored. But I didn't do the letter sounds first with my kids. I did them together. So we did like Apple or whatever. So they know it together, to where they know all the sounds and the letters, but we just learned them together. So I don't know. I want to see how at least Tay is going to do with the reading.
Yeah, the most common letters that you use in the English language, but our English speakers, are R, I, S, T, L. Those are the letters that they use most, and those are the letters they say you should introduce first. So I'm actually going to redo my curriculum to fit that, because I just usually go A and Z, B and Y.
Oh, you do?
Like that, and I usually do 2 letters. So I'm gonna try like doing the most common letters next year in August. We'll probably start that.
I just do
and see how it works.
We do a letter a week, but we do it in order, and then we just but we go over our letters every day, like all the letters every day. We just concentrate on one letter, but I don't even concentrate it on like T, this is a T, write the T. It's like we do activities that start with the T. So we did R, and so we did running. And I'm like, ooh, you're running. Everybody run. R. So I do it like that. Yeah. So they're like doing the activity, running, racing.
Learning those sounds.
Yeah, rolling a ball. But the activity we do is still teaching.
I'm gonna use that. Thanks.
I think it works because it makes it fun, and now they know, like, when they're running, they be like, but they're saying the word, the letter,
the sound,
but we have a little chart, and I do, point, like, say R, and so it's like a mixture of all of it, because some people think, and mind you, my daycare kids they're all 2, except for Tayson and another boy, they're 3, and they're all gonna be turning 4. So because Tayson and this other child have done everything that I'm doing, I kind of am working on other stuff with them.
Yeah.
But my 2-year-olds are like I said, they know their letter sounds and recognizing the letters and stuff, and they're 2.
Mm-hmm.
And last year's kids were like 1 doing that, and it's all because it's like some people feel like you can't introduce letters or teach letters to kids or toddlers, but it just depends on how you do it.
Yeah, I do sign language with our kids, and I've learned that I've seen in most of the kids that associate their letter with a hand sign is very much like it helps them retain that what that letter is. Even if I show, so what I'll do is show them the letter, show them the hand sign, and say the letter, and that really that physical part of it, even like they don't really know how to form their letters yet,
but just
with the hand signs, but just seeing it physically or letting them touch my hand when I do it, texture really helps them introduce like letters and stuff like that and words. So that does help a lot.
When I was in another daycare center when I worked, I used to do I might have started doing it actually. I could teach Tay and Gianni, but it just came to me. Yeah. But I used to do the hand sign too. Yeah. And the little boy would go to home into his mom and be like, "Mom, let me see your G. Let me see my," and he'll try to do it, and she never understood what he was saying. Yeah. And then one day she was like, "What do you?" And I remember G because that's the one he would tell her to do. Yeah. And she was like, "What is he saying when he's like, let me see your G? Like, what is that?" And I was like, "Oh, we do the hand sign." Mm-hmm. So I showed her it, and she was like, "Oh, I never knew you was teaching the hand signal." Yeah. But he literally would just be like, "Let me see your G. Yeah. Mom, let me see your A." Yeah. But he was meaning like for her to do the hand signs.
Yeah, it's so good. And then also like, with everybody in this world can't speak words. Everybody can't hear, so helping them learn another way of communication does help with language development, and it helps them socially as well. And it helps with that cognitive connection, making those connections. Yeah. It does help.
And then also, what I was going to say, if your child can't communicate, they can do it with, like, we do potty. And I make them do this. Mm-hmm. So I tell the parents, like, if they're doing this, that means they need to go potty. Right. So
that's much better than got a kid. So he learned to potty now. He's 18 months.
He does that.
Potty. No, he said poopy. Oh, no.
But even if you're in public, you're like, "Mom, I gotta go poop." You can teach them potty, like, so they can do it in public and not say it out loud, and it's less embarrassing. But my kids, we start off with the emotion potty. Yeah, and it just because a lot of the kids can't verbally, or they don't know how to say it.
Right, and they're like kids at that age, toddlers are learning so many words, like daily. Like they add like 50, 60 words to their vocabulary every month, so it's just like, I had a parent that's like, he only says a few words, and he's only 18 months. So, he says 10 words. That's about the amount of words that an 18-month-old, but next month he'll be saying 30 words. And then the next month it'll be 100 words. Yeah. So it just adds on to it. So, they're still learning words. They're still learning how to communicate, and you just kind of got to go with that.
Just keep
whatever developmentally where they are, you just kind of got to meet them where they are and try to push, a little further.
Just like I said, just talking. And this goes into like, it's social, emotional, but it's also language. With Tayson, from an early age, we always labeled his emotions. Mm-hmm. So if he's crying or something, we'll be like, "Are you sad? Mm-hmm. Why are you sad? Are you mad? Oh, I see you're mad. Are you mad?" So now, even because we started early labeling it, when he gets the emotions, he will be, "You're making me so sad. You're making me so mad." But he understands his emotions because we communicated it to him, and we made sure he can communicate it back. So just doing, that's why it's starting early with labeling things and talking, and some people label things even around their house with things, words, and it just helps them being able when they're when they get to the talking stage to know what to say, how to say. You ever seen some kids that are like very much their vocabulary would be so big and stuff. Like I have a friend, her son at an early age was like, the way he talked, you'd be like, you're like 2 years old talking like an adult. But it's because they just talk to him all the time like an adult, like not baby-fied.
Yeah, don't baby talk your kid unless you're babbling back, mocking their sounds and stuff when they're infants. It's very important that you use correct language or however you want to speak to your children. It's very important that you use it in that way because that's the way they learn. You don't want to shorten words or, use. I mean, you can use whatever vernacular of your culture you want to use. You can do that. Of course, that's how they'll learn how to code switch eventually. They will, because they understand like that's a part of that cognitive making that connection. Mm-hmm. Here I speak this way, there I speak another way. That's fine. That is perfectly okay. That cognitive wheels are turning while they're learning that at an early age, at 2 years old, at 4 years old. So it's okay to do that, but you want to make sure that you are speaking to how you would want them to talk. You don't want to shorten words. Yeah, like I had a friend. We was in the middle of a grocery store and she asked her baby, did she want some chicken? And I was like, chicken. Do she want some chicken?
Some chichi.
Chichi. You want some chichi? You want to eat some chichi? I said, that is chicken.
Why would you want your child to say that?
She ain't no better. She was like, we were like very young. She baby very young. I mean, people talk. Okay. Yeah, people.
Even like, this is off subject, but even with correct body parts, I don't do no nicknames, no. And I tell my parents when we're potty training, I'd be like, push your penis down.
Yep.
And I'm like, if they go home and say that word, it's because that's what I say. I don't do we don't do. Yeah. And then even because my boys, because it's me and Mariah, they know both. Mm-hmm. I teach them boys have this, women or girls have this, so they know the both of the words because first of all, they be asking questions.
Yeah, when Asa was 2 years old, he walked in on me in the bathroom, and I was like, "Boy," and he was, 2, and I was like, I got a video of him saying, "Boys have the penis, girls have vagina." He didn't say that.
They always say
vagina, or just gina, gina.
Tay say gina, but Tay be like, "Ma, where's your penis?" I'm like, Tay, this is why I had a teacher. Like, me and Mariah have vaginas, you have a penis.
Yeah.
And then he'll go to Nehemiah like, Nehemiah have penis? Yes, Tay. So it's that phase get on my nerves because like, okay, stop asking questions.
Right.
But you know what you got.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah.
But
you don't have to confirm it every single time.
But then it also helps like there was a case where they were I don't know if it was a real case, stuff we made up, but it made sense. There was a case where a girl was getting molested but she called her vagina a cookie.
Oh, my uncle always licks my cookie or something like that.
And they didn't know what she was talking about because it was called a cookie. So even when in court, I don't know if they even went to court, but they were saying in court he was trying to say like, no, it was a cookie. Yeah. But so I'm like, nah, y'all gonna say the real stuff. So if somebody do mess with it, this person was messing with my penis. Mm-hmm. This person was messing with my vagina.
Yeah.
Because
we hate for it to be the worst case scenario.
Yeah. But I mean, that's why it's good to teach correct vocabulary.
Yeah, and it's also important because like your kid can be like, whenever I use the bathroom, my penis hurts. Then you know exactly what's happening. Because I remember there was a child who used to say, my butt hurt. Mm-hmm. And it's like, that's not your butt. So we realized that she was saying that when she peed, she ended up having a UTI. But when she peed, she would say, my butt. And you're like, what's wrong? We check it for a diaper rash. We check it for all this stuff. And there's nothing on her butt. But it's ended up being a UTI because... so we had, teach her.
That's what's funny. We gonna get off this. Nehemiah, he's 13. This might put my baby business out. He had a UTI actually recently, and so the nurse called me and she was like, "Yeah, Nehemiah said he went pee and his penis hurts." And even I was kind of taken back, like like you said, his penis, but it's kind of like, oh, that's what I taught
Taught
him.
him, right.
Like she didn't say his private or nothing.
Right.
She literally, and that's what Nima went and told her, like, when I'm peeing, my penis hurts.
Mhm.
So I'm like, I wonder if she appreciate that, because they could have been like my
Yeah.
or my
Or
something, my
anything.
wee whatever. But Nima would tell
I
my
heard
penis
so
hurts.
it's so many words, and then don't associate it with food, y'all. Cookie, noodle, pickle, like just
This little boy girl used to call it her diamond. The mom taught her diamond, or her pocketbook too.
I've heard pocketbook, lady biscuit. You ever heard that?
No, but she used to say her diamond. My mom said, "Don't nobody touches my diamond." I'm like, your diamond? Yeah. Why would you call it a diamond? Yeah. But all right,
right. We off that soapbox, but yeah. Anyway, words. Use
the correct word.
Words mean things. Words have meaning. Literacy. That all of these things that we just discussed helps with language literacy, and it takes your child a long way. They do like different studies saying how much the difference between how many amounts of hours or time a child has read in their early years, and how much it makes a difference when they're older, going off to school, their test scores, their grades and stuff, moving throughout their life, how much of a difference it makes. My youngest son, Asa, he didn't like to read. He wasn't a cuddle baby. He was like, leave me alone, I'm about to go here and play. My oldest son was a cuddle baby, so we read with him way more. That's why he was reading at 3. When Asa wasn't reading at 3, I was like, what did I do wrong? But all kids are different, so you just got to meet them on their level, whatever they're doing in that time frame or however it is. You just meet them where they are and help guide them on that, on that journey, that path.
So we know, like in this day and age, screen time. So I want to just give some shows that is really good with helping with language and literacy. One is Leapfrog. I say Leapfrog a lot on this podcast because I live by it. Mm-hmm. I love Leapfrog. I have just about all the videos. Mm-hmm. We sit and watch it. That's our transitional thing. And I really believe it's good reinforcing of language. They have math ones, they have shape ones or whatever. So Leapfrog, super wide on PBS is great. It's literally just vocabulary reading.
It shows you the letters.
It's very, my kids,
you repeat them. Yep.
There's the G. Like they
you gotta find the letter. Oh, yeah, that's cute.
So,
Word Party. It's a little show and that's more geared towards much younger toddlers. Because it's not a lot of, they use words a lot, but it's very like, I don't know, babyish. But but it's really good. It shows you words. They say words. They help you. They even like label things so that a child knows it's the bathroom, this is that, whatever. And also Alpha Blocks. Alpha Blocks is for more preschool age, I would say. Kids who, all these are really toddler, preschool, whatever developmental level you're on, it could be used. But Alpha Blocks is like we talked about number blocks on this podcast before, but Alpha Blocks is the same thing as number blocks, where they're building words. Mm-hmm. They pop, where are the op words? Pop, top, hop. They take this letter off and put another letter on and change this sound and things like that. Alpha Blocks really, really does help when you're trying to engage with your child and they're watching something that they need something to watch that's incredible, that can help them build their vocabulary. These are types of things that they should be watching.
Yeah.
Also, like things like Gracie's Corner. It's music, but it's good. It's music. It helps them like recognize letters and things like that. So different things you have to really.
I would just say when it comes to like them YouTube things, you watch it first.
Yeah, definitely watch it first.
Nothing against Gracie Corner, but sometimes she pronounces things, and I be like, "That's not how you pronounce."
Oh, really? I didn't really.
Even like the sounds. There's a sound. I forgot what letter sound she's saying, and I'm just like, "That's not."
Oh, that is another thing. That's a good point. Letters. Okay. Teaching letter sounds. This is just like a little quick tip. Teaching letter sounds, especially for consonants, is important. So instead of telling your child that C makes the K sound, you just say K. And you don't add the UH to it's like K. because now they're reading the word cat is cat. You know what I'm saying?
That's how they
yeah,
cat.
cat. And so you gotta unteach
Now
that
yeah.
and kind of get them. So B is b, not buh. You know, you don't pronounce that last part.
For that to get the correct sounds, leapfrog
yeah.
is really good because it's not like they don't even say like they're like like, and they do like little what I want to say. Okay, so like there's like this monster and he screams like ah.
Oh yeah.
And so now that's what my kids do when they're like, what's the A sound? Ah! But they're saying the right sound. Or like B is like boom 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 boom, and it's a drum, or like you said, K they kick and it's like so those it's really good at giving you the correct sound. Right. Even in like we say G, we'll say g g g, but that's not even how it sounds. It's not. It's just so
yeah. Or T is not t.
Yeah. So like you. As a parent, you know, you got to do your own research and like kind of like.
But that's what we're here for, to give you those tips.
So, but I recommend you can even YouTube Leapfrog, just the song, not the whole show, and it can give you the right letters. Right. Last, I did an activity with my kids to help with literacy and reading, and it was like an unconventional thing, but I felt like it was a good idea. So. We made cupcakes, and instead of icing it, I used the icing and I made letters. Each cupcake had a letter. And so Tayson, for him to get a cupcake, he had to either point to the cupcake and tell me the letter and the letter sound, or I'll ask him like, you want this one? What's this letter? What's this letter sound? But then sensitive, he got a cupcake. So, and it was less messy. He actually helped make them and stuff, and then I did it. But I'm just saying, like, that could be an activity you do, like make cupcakes or whatever. Draw out the letters on the cupcakes. You can, for older kids, they can spell words. You know, you can write the sight words, and you can go over sight words on it. But it's just, you know, something fun and not the normal. Like, they don't feel like they're learning, because if I give you this letter, I'm gonna get a cupcake. Mm-hmm. So that's what they're gonna do, and it's a good way to even go introduce letters. Yeah. Like, you know, they can start off and like, oh, this is a cupcake. Here you go. You know, so that's just an activity that I did. If you check our
page, TikTok.
Our TikTok. Thank you. I went blank. Check the TikTok page, and you can see it. You can actually see what we did, and that's at Give Me Some Mo.
At Give Me Some Mo. Give me some.
Anything else, Miss Alicia?
No, that's pretty much it. I'm glad you said that little cupcake thing, though, because I'm actually I'm trying to work out. I'm having this girl. She's a classmate of mine, and she makes cake. She got like cake studio, and I'm having her come here to work with the kids for the cake decorating class.
Oh, nice!
So we might do letters and letters on the cake decorating class.
Just in case I need something.
Yeah, I will. So that's great.
Yeah. So also, yes, I can say this. We're going to start doing weekly.
You'll see something every week. Every week you'll see something.
Yeah, we're gonna try to do something. We still doing our parent test. We got to catch up on that.
Sorry,
y'all. Life has been
lifing, guys, and we're
trying to get back together.
We're working it.
We getting it.
One day we'll tell you. Actually, next month you might hear a snippet of
my life stuff is not child related. But
next month
we're gonna start doing our crafts, like little short, maybe 10, 20-minute crafts on some days. You might see us out and about in the community. Exploring. Well, we're in South Carolina, so we might even do a weekend somewhere else. But we're gonna start exploring like kid-friendly things to do in South Carolina. And even if it's South Carolina, you might have that same thing in your state, so you can check it out. We're just trying to do more and be more interactive and more
give you some more. See what I did there?
You did. So you're gonna check us out. We'll still have our topic podcast where we do a lesson kind of like this.
Yeah.
Once a month, and then every other or all the weeks you'll get something else simple. I think next week we are making ice cream.
No,
not next
we
week.
already did that.
Huh?
Didn't we?
No.
Oh,
we're posting.
I was gonna say lunch is like tomorrow.
Yes. So the next week you're gonna get
You'll get some.
it's gonna be the ice cream because it was so chaotic, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was crazy off camera. And on camera, really, because you'll just watch. You'll see.
It's gonna be, but yeah, we're gonna make ice cream. So,
but thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate you all, 307 of y'all that subscribe on YouTube. Thank y'all so much for everybody that's new to our channel. We appreciate your support. I know y'all came from TikTok, so
our controversy.
Yeah.
So welcome. Thank you for supporting everybody else.
Yes.
And hopefully we just get bigger and better.
Yeah, and make sure y'all hit us up with any questions, comments, or concerns. We are very much open. You can inbox us on Facebook, Instagram. We have Instagram. Just if you want to inbox us there, that it is available. It's not that active, but it's available. And we got an email address, a whole step ahead podcast at gmail.com. Yeah, that's it.
If it's I think that's
If not, we'll link it in the description somewhere. It'll be around.
But and check, we still got our Amazon stuff. I'm gonna start putting toys back up there. So I can do recommending literacy toys on Amazon. So you guys get some deals on there.
Yeah.
So check us out.
Thank you for watching. Bye.